Hello, my name is Master Mo, and I'm practicing Taekwondo in my driveway in Houston, Texas. And this is Yellow Belt Part 1 of 2. It's to review the white belt techniques that are in the yellow belt pattern, and to teach you the new yellow belt techniques that you will need to know to successfully do the yellow belt pattern. So practice the techniques first, and then go to video 2 of yellow belt, the 21 movements of the pattern. And then you'll be able to do that much more easy and learn it much quicker. This is the disclaimer. This video was created as a resource to help students memorize content to be practiced in class. The viewer assumes all risk and liabilities, hereby fully releasing and discharging the creator of this video and its affiliates, all its affiliates, from any and all liability. Never train without proper supervision or a qualified instructor. Consult your doctor before beginning any training regimen, and if exercising outdoors, stay hydrated. So to review, you already know the stances that are used in this pattern. Chumbi, Chumbi. Okay, the first front stance and back stance. So you already know front stance, stepping with your toes, hips, shoulders, everything pointed to the front, a little more weight on the front foot. That is a good front stance. So you're going to be doing that in the yellow belt pattern. Plus, you already know chamber down block, you're going to be doing that. You already know also punch, but we're going to be doing a step forward punch, but it's a high section punch. There are no regular punches. There's only high section punches in yellow belt pattern. High section punch, you're aiming somewhere between your eye and the top, little above your head. And of course, like Master Keith teaches, you want to punch straight to the middle. Okay, not out to, you're not punching somebody out there, you're punching somebody straight in front of you. Your fist needs to be tight, your wrist straight, and you're punching with the front part of your fist. So anytime you're punching, you don't want to punch twisted or have your wrist bent. You want your wrist to be straight and to be aiming with not the knuckles themselves, but right in front of the knuckles. That's where you aim, the two big knuckles. Okay, so that's like that. So let me do that again. So chumbi, and then you're going to step forward, front stance, down block, step forward, high section punch, like that. And your wrist is right in front of your face and your hand, so you can make sure this is a good pattern to practice straight wrists and a correct punching. And in the pattern, you're going to be doing that 1, 2, 3 times, like that. And maintain your front stance, your legs wide as you're moving forward. So those 2 things you already know, and that's going to be in the pattern. The other thing in a front stance that you're going to practice in this pattern is you're going to do a down block, and without moving your feet, you're going to tap and then do a rising block. So that's a combination, down block, rising block. And then in the pattern, you're going to do 3 rising blocks. So you step in a front stance, the rising blocks are in front stance. Your hand comes across. If you were doing it just by itself, you would chamber low to block high, just like you chamber high to block low. You're going to chamber low to block high. And as you're moving forward in the front stance, you want to bring your hand across and block all the way up. The mistakes that people make in this block is they block too high, therefore leaving their face, the head open. They block too low, leaving their head open. Or they block like this on the side, or like this over here. You want to come right in the front. You could be blocking a punch. You could be blocking somebody trying to hit your head, okay? So like that. And you're going to do 3 of them in your yellow belt pattern. So that's it in the front stance. And that high section punch you do quite a few times in this pattern. Next, should be back stance. Riding stance, shift that foot so it's pointing this way, this leg's still going that way, the knee's pending that way, and the foot is pointing that way. You know inner forearm block from Chunji pattern. We're not doing that in this pattern, but you are doing the same chamber And this hand you keep open, tight fingers, thumb tucked, and that is called knife hand. Say it, knife hand. Chamber, knife hand. Chamber, knife hand. Then switch your feet. Practice the other side. Chamber, knife hand. Chamber, tight fingers, knife hand. And look, notice how the fist always comes back to the belt. In this pattern, you'll be then stepping in a front stance, and the hand's already chambered for a punch. That is the chamber for a punch, and you punch. Okay, so back to back stance, chamber, knife, switch feet, chamber, knife. Next one is also in a back stance. Two fists, you chamber opposite the way you're blocking. We're going to block this way. It's called twin block. It's two blocks at once. Most common mistake, people go like this. Or they just go like this. That's not what you want. You want a chamber, and you're doing a rising block, and you're also doing what's called an outer block. It's similar to an uniform block, but instead of having your wrist pointing up, your wrist is pointing out like that. So, chamber, block. Chamber, block. Not up here, not down here, right about face level. One more time. Chamber and block. See, it kind of goes like that. Then switch your feet. Do it again. You can practice them separate. One like that, one like this, and then do it together. That's twin block. Say it, twin block. Good. And then the last one is back stance again. Put your hands together like you're clapping or praying. Hands about even with your head, above your opposite shoulder. This hand is a knife hand. They're both knife hands. This one is going to turn and strike with this edge like that. It's like a knife hand, only the arm is bent and you're turning your hand outward a little bit. So here, and this hand goes out. This one comes down here to guard, not touching you. It's about level with your belt, in front of you, not touching your body. So again, here, so you could do it separate, and then do it together. Strike. Say knife hand guarding. Knife hand guarding. One more. Then switch your feet. Keep those knees bent. Hands come to the chamber position. You can do it separately again if you need to. Remember, not straight, not like that. Bent a bit. And then this one guarding. This is an important block, this one. And strike. It's in almost every pattern. And there's 20 patterns altogether. So it's good to learn this correctly from the beginning. And if your legs are bent and your feet are anchored, all the times you practice it, it's going to become very powerful. So that's knife hand guarding. So those are all the techniques that you need to know to practice yellow belt pattern. See you on the next video. Happy practicing.